Have you ever looked at a team and just wondered, what makes them tick? What's the real difference between a team that's just good and one that's truly unstoppable? It's a question that keeps leaders up at night, for sure. Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the powerful, interconnected engine that drives the world's most incredible teams. Let's dive in. So what do you think it is? Is it about having the absolute smartest people in the room? Or maybe the most experienced veterans with decades under their belts? Or is it something else entirely? And look, this isn't just some academic thought experiment. I mean, tech giants like Google have spent millions trying to crack this exact code. And you know what they found? After this massive 2-year study of their own teams, they called it Project Aristotle, they came to a really surprising conclusion. The secret sauce wasn't about who was on the team. It wasn't about individual genius or amazing resumes. It was something way more human. It was all about how the team actually worked together. So this huge discovery, it all pointed to one single foundational element, a kind of secret ingredient that seemed to unlock everything else. And that secret ingredient? It's called psychological safety. What Google found was that this was, by a long shot, the #1 predictor of a team's success, more important than anything else. But what on earth does that actually mean? Let's really dig in here. Let's break down why this one idea is the absolute bedrock of high performance. Okay, so here's the simple version. Psychological safety is basically a shared feeling on a team that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's the confidence that you can pitch a half-baked idea, or admit you made a mistake, or ask what feels like a stupid question, and you won't get punished or humiliated for it. It's not about everyone being nice all the time. It's about feeling safe enough to be candid so you can achieve something great together. And the data on this, it's pretty wild. Companies that really nail this kind of safe environment, they see a massive 76% jump in employee engagement. And it makes sense. When you're not afraid of getting your head bitten off, you don't just show up to work. You actually lean in and contribute. And it goes deeper than just engagement. Those same companies see on average 27% lower employee turnover. I mean, of course, right? When you feel safe, when you feel valued, you've got a really good reason to stick around. And this is where the whole picture gets really clear. You get these highly engaged people who feel safe, and boom, you see a 50% boost in productivity. But at the same time, because everyone can be open and honest about challenges, stress levels literally plummet by 74%. This proves it, right? Psychological safety isn't some fluffy, feel-good thing. It has a direct, measurable, bottom-line impact. Okay, so psychological safety. That's the environment we're aiming for. That's the foundation. But you can't just snap your fingers and say, okay, everyone, feel safe now. So how do you actually build it? What's the tool you use, person by person, interaction by interaction, to create that trust? Well, the tool for the job is emotional intelligence. You probably know it as EQ. It's the set of interpersonal skills that lets us navigate all the complex social stuff at work and, you guessed it, build the trust that safety needs to grow. And please, don't sleep on how important this is. An incredible 71% of employers now say they value emotional intelligence more than IQ. Think about that. Your technical skills might get you the interview, but it's your EQ that's going to help you and your whole team actually succeed. So what exactly is EQ? According to Daniel Goleman, who's the big name in this field, it breaks down into 5 key parts. It all starts with you, with self-awareness, just knowing what you're feeling and why. Then comes self-regulation, which is about managing those feelings instead of letting them control you. Add in your own internal drive, or intrinsic motivation, and a real empathy for what others are feeling, and you get the final piece, social effectiveness. That's using all that awareness to build really strong, productive relationships. And you can see this play out all the time, right? When faced with criticism, a person with low EQ might immediately get defensive, argue their point, maybe even start blaming other people. But what does the high EQ person do? They get curious. They actively seek out different viewpoints. They don't just react, they take a breath. And under pressure, they don't fall apart. They stay centered. And that ability right there is what builds trust. All right, so we've got our safe environment, and we've got the interpersonal skills to maintain it. Now we need a system. We need a way to channel all that amazing potential into actual tangible results. And that, my friends, is where Kaizen comes in. Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy that literally means change for the better or good change. And the core idea is simple but so powerful. It says that huge breakthroughs don't come from one single brilliant idea from the top. No, they come from the combined effect of countless small, continuous improvements made by everyone every single day. A really great hands-on example of Kaizen is this thing called the 5S methodology. It sounds like it's just about cleaning, but it's way more than that. It's a system for getting rid of waste. You sort through everything, set what's left in order, and shine the place up. But here's where the magic really happens. You standardize that process so everyone does it the same way, and then you sustain it, turning it into a team habit. It's a simple path to making constant improvement just part of how you work. And this is the moment where it all clicks together. Because a system like Kaizen, which is totally dependent on the people on the front lines making suggestions, is completely useless. I mean, dead in the water if those people are too scared to speak up. It falls apart if the team doesn't have the EQ to talk about those ideas constructively. You see, safety and EQ are literally the fuel for the Kaizen engine. Which brings us to the big idea, the final concept that ties it all together, the high-performance flywheel. You see, the thing to understand is that these three elements, psychological safety, emotional intelligence, and Kaizen, they aren't just a random checklist of good things to have. They are deeply connected. They actually create a virtuous cycle, a flywheel, where each part makes the other parts stronger. Let me just walk you through it so you can see how this flywheel starts to spin. It all kicks off with psychological safety. That creates the space, the container for real, honest talk. Then emotional intelligence, or EQ, comes in and makes sure that conversation is productive and respectful, not destructive. Kaizen gives you the system to turn all that great talk into small, concrete improvements. And here's the kicker. Every single time the team makes one of those small improvements, it's proof. It shows everyone, hey, speaking up actually works here. That success reinforces the feeling of safety and trust, which just makes the flywheel spin even faster next time. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? This whole system is fundamentally human-centered. You're not just improving a business process. You are actively nurturing and growing the people who run that process. The growth of your people and the growth of your company become the exact same thing. So if you walk away with one thing today, let it be this. Building an unstoppable team isn't about some huge, dramatic overhaul. It's about starting the flywheel even with the tiniest little push. So I'll leave you with a question to think about. What's one small, safe risk you could take or one tiny improvement you could suggest that could get that flywheel turning for your team tomorrow?